What's up, people? We are back with more of Katawa Shoujo. In the previous video, Hisao received the letter from Iwanako that's kind of a returning factor in every single route. But in this case, it was really special because it felt like he really put the past behind him, and he has accepted his current situation and is just ready to move on towards the future, which is something that I felt like he struggled a lot with in both of the other routes that we've played so far. Like, it feels in both of those that he's just kind of stuck in the middle between not being fully able to accept his current situation, something sort of pulling him back from the past, and not being able to put everything from the past behind him. Whereas in this round, that is what makes this one like really, I don't know, like really peaceful and nice to me, is that he's just fully embraced his current situation and he's just living in the moment and just like, okay, this is the life that I'm living right now and I'm gonna make the best of it. So I really like that. And yeah, I really love Lilly too. And why am I already saying that? It wasn't a love confession or anything, Lilly. Not that she's listening, but yeah. Let us continue. I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moment. Each tick of the clock tenses my muscles that much more, every minute making more hairs stand on end. It's coming for me. I can feel it. Death. Death in the form of a single sheet of paper. Uh-oh, test results. I take the small pile of papers from the students in front of me and pass it backwards after plucking off the top piece. Looking to the top right of the page, I find my fears realized with that small red circle. 43, oh no! I hang my head and sigh in resignation, cursing under my breath. I can feel the aura of similar sentiment rising from the entire class. It's strange, but that fact lifts my mood by a minuscule amount. I mean, that's always the case, right? Whenever you have a bad grade, you just start asking around you, what do you got? What did you get? Well, sometimes, right? Sometimes you're just like, oh shit, I got a bad grade. And then you try to hide it from other people. You're like, yeah, no, look at my grade. But sometimes you're like really curious, like, okay, what did the other people get? And therefore you can kind of gauge how well you did in comparison to the rest of the class, right? Because that's kind of important. Because if you got, let's say, a 43 and a class average is a 35, then yeah, you did pretty fine. But if you got a 43 and a class average is like 6 or 7, and you're like, oh shit, I fucked up, it's my fault. Because sometimes it's just a really difficult test. Sometimes nobody actually got the material or whatever, that was being taught. So there can be multiple reasons, but that usually makes me a little happier as well when like the person sitting next to me has a lower grade than me or like a similar grade. I'm like, yes, alright, I did better than him at least. Misery loves company, I suppose. Indeed it does. Even misery doesn't like to be alone. As the teacher opens her mouth, the room braces for the inevitable onslaught, only to be saved at the last minute. This is literally Saved by the Bell. We quickly move to collect our bags and leave for lunch post-haste, but the teacher delivers a parting broadside. We'll be discussing the text scores next lesson. Needless to say, there will be quite some discussion to be had. Yeah, about your teaching methods. A collective groan resounds from the class, now reduced to shuffling out dejectedly. I push the sheet into my bag as I walk along the hallway, crumpling it in the process. It's enough that such a troublesome letter ended up on my desk yesterday, and now this. Oh, I hate English. Hisao! A stern female voice gruffly calls out from behind me. I freeze on the spot, my face becoming like stone. It's as if I can feel my brain disconnecting from my body. My eyes slowly shift right, trying to catch a glimpse of the disembodied voice. Nothing? My face begins to slip as time passes, and I decide to risk turning my head. Ever so slowly, I twist it to the... Gah! I jump into the air and drop my bag, yelling out in surprise. As I recover and regain my composure, I turn to see... I should have known. Emmy. Gotcha, Hisao. Some part of me was telling it was Emmy. Either Emmy or Misha. It was either one of those. She stands there with a mischievous grin on her face, hands forward and fingers pointing inwards. She was the one who jabbed my ribs with her fingers. I looked down at her with a grimace, rubbing my hair in frustration. That's no way to greet someone, you know. You have no sense of humor. I left my sense of humor in my English class. Complained to the teacher if you want it given back to me. She pulls her best puppy dog eyes on me as she pouts. Lilly's managed to build up my resistance to the tactic, but Emmy's short stature adds enough to the effect to make me relent. So, how are things? I haven't seen you around for a while. Same old, same old. I run so fast. Nobody wants to join me on my morning runs. Aww. It's kinda sad, you know, considering that if we don't take the Emmy route, Emmy actually has no one else to run with in the morning. It's a real pain. Her modesty never fails to amuse me. Although... Uh-oh. You know what I'm thinking, don't you, Hisao? Does it involve lemon... what was it? Lemon lube? Because if that's the case, I'm in. Sorry Lilly, but I gotta go with Emmy. No, of course not. Wearing my emotions on my sleeve is one of my worst habits. She's seen right through me. Unfortunately, I see somebody else approaching us that will give me an out. Oh, hi Hanako. I give her a welcoming wave and try my best at looking like I haven't noticed Emmy's pouting face. She gives a small wave back. Hello, Hisao. Emmy. Hey, Hanako. I'll join you and Lilly in a sec. Actually, speaking of lunchtime company, it's odd to see you without Rin, Emmy. Ah, Rin! Haha, she forgot. Without a second word, she forgets all about us and bolts off up the hallway. She must have forgotten she was waiting for her. Hanako and I stand speechless, only able to helplessly stand and watch this ball of seemingly boundless energy dash off. Oh yeah, Hisao! She suddenly stops herself just before vanishing around the corner to the rooftop staircase, spinning around to meet our bemused faces. I hate English too! She really turned around to say that? Typical Emmy. And with that, she disappears. All I can do is hang my head and give a long sigh, thoroughly left in the dust. As I hear a short giggle coming from behind me, I turn to see Hanako smiling at the corner my attacker rounded. I picked up my drop bag from the floor and quickly dusted off. Afternoon. Been busy? You don't like English? Oh, nah. I had a test on it a while back, and Emmy caught me brooding about my results. Sorry. She averts her gaze, guilt written on her face. A casual observer would think she just accidentally reminded me of a dead relative. Come on, it's not your fault. How are you doing in it? She looks up, though still avoids meeting my eyes. Alright, I suppose. An awkward silence passes. They seem all too common around Hanako. Oh, Lilly asked if you'd like to join us for lunch on the roof. Why are we having lunch on the roof? I guess I don't exactly have any pressing engagements to attend to. Sure, I'll be right up. I thought only Emmy and Rin would go there, but apparently we're having a party up there or something. I'll go get my lunch from the cafeteria now, then... Go on. You don't need my approval to leave, you know. Okay, I'll be going then. She gives a skittish reply, a small nod, and quickly makes off towards the cafeteria. I guess she must have forgotten to bring lunch today. As I walk through the hallways, more and more students start to come out of the classrooms and pass me, going in the same direction as Hanako went. By the time I manage to make it to the stairs, I'm having to push my way past a busily chatting throng of students. I finally manage to get past the last of the crowd around the staircase, slumping slightly in relief, and slowing my pace before I opened the door to the roof. Oh, the creaking noise. Ah, damn. I momentarily avert my eyes, all but blinded by the harsh summer sun. Like, I didn't actually think that these characters would be together. Like, I was actually kind of surprised that we saw Emmy at all, and now we see Lilly together with Emmy and Rin, which it before never seemed like these characters were kind of connected, you know? But this is gonna be interesting, I guess. As I slowly regain my vision, the surroundings finally take form. Lilly, Emmy, and Rin sit together on the rooftop, the top of the hilltop forest around Yamaku, visible past the fence around them, as if to frame the view. This is incredibly awkward for me right now, because I know, right, I already took the Emmy route, I already took the Rin route, and now we're taking the Lilly route, and it kind of feels to me like, you know, I'm sitting here, it's kind of like sitting with your quote-unquote current girlfriend while your two other ex-girlfriends are sitting there as well. It kind of feels that way to me, even though, you know, they have no recollection of, because the routes are separate, right? But I remember, I know what happened, so in my heart, I still have kind of a special place for both Rin and Emmy, so it still feels like, oh my god, I will always remember what we had, but it's now Lily's time. Ah, Hisao! Lilly and Rin give a quick nod of acknowledgement, and a deep nod of greeting respectively. I start to walk towards the rather mismatched trio, and can't help marveling at the speed with which Emmy devours the rest of her half-eaten banana. Hey, strange to see you three together like this. It seems to have been quite the day of coincidences. Emmy and Rin decided to eat on the roof, just as Hanako and I decided to. Yeah, but Emmy and Rin always do that, but I guess Lilly doesn't know about that. You stole it! This spot was ours! Simmer down. You can't steal a place in the school. I plonk myself down beside Lilly, the four of us creating a semicircle. I think she is right. You too? The butterfly is her accomplice. The butter? As I glance around, sure enough, a small yellow butterfly floats across my field of vision. So, tell me, how did this butterfly help Lilly steal this spot? Oh, she was keeping it warm, you know? But the butterfly was waiting there for Lilly to arrive, and then when Lilly arrived, like, yeah, thank you, butterfly. Thank you for taking, or, you know, securing this spot for me. It scouted out our conversation and told her. I should have known better than to expect sound reasoning from Rin. Regardless, I guess it wouldn't hurt to play along. Yeah, I mean, what was I thinking? My idea was way too normal for Rin, right? You're telling me she can talk to butterflies? There are people who can talk to horses, called horse whisperers. No, they are just called liars, just like the fucking ghost whisperer. Lilly must be a butterfly whisperer. I bury my head in my hands as Emmy rounds on her strange companion. She doesn't seem to share Rin's sense of humor. Whisperers don't work like that. Emmy and Rin continue their banter as I turn to Lilly, who's busily finishing off her small box of curry and rice. So, what brought you up here anyway? A little fresh air every now and again doesn't hurt. Ah! Emmy breaks off from her vain attempt to introduce the concept of logic to Rin. Yeah, don't bother, Emmy. That's why we came up here too! Something tells me that it was her idea alone, and that Rin only got dragged up here on Emmy's whim. Then again, the same could probably be said of Lilly and Hanako. Now, we can share. Exactly, there's enough fresh air for everybody, okay? Because imagine if that weren't the case. The creaking of the door to the roof can be heard as soon as she says the words. A moment of silence falls over us as everyone's attention focuses on the figure appearing from it. Hello, Hanako. Hanako slowly walks over to us, her eyes pinned to the ground, silently ruining the attention she's attracting. She tenses, just barely, when her eyes meet Rin's. I can't help raising an eyebrow as she walks over to us and sits next to me, doing her utmost to avoid looking up, even as she brings her cafeteria bread to her mouth. So, how do you and Emmy know each other anyways? Emmy is somewhat well known around the school for her athletic ability. She's the fastest member of the track team and field club by some margin, even beating Miki Miura at the track meet last week. Miki Miura? Ah, the tan girl from the front of my class. Oh, I remember who that was. I remember from like the CG image. I just had to show you guys because it was this picture. Yeah, that's the girl, the tan girl that's like right behind Emmy. Yeah, Emmy beating her out. She's beating Stumpy. Oh god, did I say that? Quickly, let's go back. Considering her height and toned body, being able to beat her is quite an accomplishment. Looking over to Emmy, it's very clear she's well aware of this fact as she beams proudly. So, Hisao, what was your score in English? Oh my god, now we have to tell everyone. Like, couldn't she just leave this alone? Did she have to bring up this subject again and now we gotta let everyone know? Both, before, Hanako kinda knew, Emmy knows, now we gotta let Lilly know as well. Although, we could get special tutoring lessons from Lilly, right? Oh, perfect, Emmy. Oh, despite you being like somewhat kinda weird, strange ex-girlfriend, she is the best wingman ever. Let's do this. Ouch. No comment. Boo! She puffs her cheeks and pouts, but it doesn't take long for her to bounce back. Alright, if I tell you mine, you have to tell me yours. Deal? Fine. Okay, on the count of 3, we both say our results. That wasn't the rule. 1, 2, 3. 32. It sounds like nope. 32. I beam a mischievous grin. Oh, we got a better grade than Emmy. Ah, evil. You said it, not me. Still, the fact that you managed an even lower score than me is kind of amazing. She looks and sounds like a small terrier growling at an intruder. I can't say it's the most threatening sight I've seen. Either way, scoring higher than 32 isn't something to boast about, much less scoring below it, for any subject. That's true. It's not worth boasting about to anyone else except to the other person that had the 32. Yes, Lilly. Sorry, Lilly. I could help you with your English if you'd like. It would be my pleasure to. Oh, yes! No, I thought she meant me. She was talking to Emmy. No, that's fine, but I appreciate the thought, really. Lilly looks slightly deflated, her hopes of imparting her knowledge dashed. Judging from the badly hidden laughter of the rest of us, neither she nor Emmy seem to have garnered too much pity. Oh, what? As I sit happily laughing though, I can feel my voice suddenly cut off as my chest clenches. Oh, what? Why? I thought we're doing fine. Maybe we need more exercise? Is it too late to go running? Come on, Emmy, let's go. I'll join you in the next morning run. I sit in silence for a few seconds, all my concentration forced on my heartbeat. It's only a small pain, but the ache feels like it's growing. Ugh. Breathe deeply. I glance upward to try and keep at least some of my attention on my surroundings, to see Emmy suddenly freezing when she notices the expression of pain on my face out of the corner of her eye. Why does this have to happen with, 4 girls in my presence? Although, this could earn us some pity points. If we survive this, of course, right? That's the important part. If we die, then those pity points count for nothing. Hey, Hisao, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Ugh. I look back and redouble my efforts to try and stay calm, clenching my fists to try and dull the pain. Double. It takes a short time, but the pain, thankfully, begins to fade. When I look back up, there's only silence and pensive faces to be seen. I guess I'd better explain myself. Arrhythmia. I'm fine. It's just a heart flutter. Are you sure? Should we get the nurse? Taking her cue, Hanako quickly picks herself up and begins to dash to the door. Oh my god, it actually is so heartwarming that all these girls, are so worrying about us and are so, actually wanting to help us. Like, Hanako just, without even saying anything, just okay, I'm getting the nurse right now. Hanako, stop. Lilly, I'm fine. You look like a wet, wrinkled tomato. Thanks, Rin. Huh? As I bring my hand to my forehead, I can feel the beads of sweat gathered on it and dab them off with my cuff. Thanks. I told you, I'm fine. I'm just kind of fragile, I guess. Rin I feel like Rin in a group environment like this, where there are 5 people in total. I guess that counts as a group, right? But I feel like in a group environment, Rin would be that person that doesn't say much, but the few times that she actually says something, she always says something that makes you go like, wait, what? What did you just say? Really? I feel like Rin is definitely that person. The entire atmosphere changed from one of the gaiety to my downcast faces. What is that word? Gaiety? 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 I don't know. If only I had internet. From one of my gaiety to downcast faces. The situation being too awkward for anyone to know exactly how to react. And of course, the whole thing is thanks to me. It had just had to happen now, around others. Yeah, it was fine if it was alone. Oh, Emmy. She looks up, a box of juice halfway to her mouth. I haven't told you of my score yet. Have I? I wouldn't be surprised if she got a perfect 100 or somewhere in the high 90s. Yeah, well, you're half foreign, so your score doesn't count anyway. Lifting an eyebrow, I inquisitively turned to Lilly. What was your test result anyway? She gives a cheeky grin. 100%. Perfect score, I knew it. Oh, you blonde genius. No way! All I can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. Considering those tests are insane, even for some native speakers, I can only imagine she's gone and done something like committing to mind part of the dictionary. A gift for rote memorization, maybe. That's... See? Only someone part foreign could get a score that good. See. Lilly and I grin at Emmy's expense, a reaction identical to mine when I'd first tripped on that little landmine. Lily's foreign ancestry does raise a point, though. Ah, that's right. You leave for Scotland tomorrow, don't you? What? No, tomorrow? That's way too soon, Lilly. Please don't leave me. That's correct. Emmy heard some rumors about it. It seems word is spreading quickly, considering I only told a friend in my class a couple of days ago. It must be so nice to go halfway around the world on a holiday. Yeah, it isn't really for holiday purposes, but Emmy doesn't know that. Hey, could you buy me something while you're there? Sure, we'll buy you some haggis. That's from Scotland, right? I think it is. Don't be too shy now. Lilly gives a light-hearted giggle, evidently fully expecting Emmy's bluntness. The rest of the lunch continues much the same as before, the jauntiness from my heart flutter thankfully returning in full. As everyone files off with the appropriate farewells, only Lilly and I are left. Hey, Lilly. She packs the last of her things into her bag and clips it shut. before perking her head up slightly. Thanks for breaking the silence back there. I kind of wanted to stop it, but I didn't really know how to. As much as I'd like to sound less morose about it, the letter from yesterday, screwing up a test so badly in class, and now my heart makes things very hard indeed. I mean, he has mentioned twice now that the letter actually kind of did affect him a little bit. I mean, he says that it affected him to the point where it made him screw up the test. But the way that I really received that particular scene was that he was just fully accepting of it, right? He was just like, yeah, okay, well, this is what she said, okay, well, that doesn't really concern me too much, alright? That she said that because she just wants to, she's mainly writing this for herself, so she can move on to, and just, she's putting, like, you know, the exclamation point behind our relationship or possible relationship or whatever the frick it was. It wasn't even, we weren't even that involved, right? She just sort of confessed to us, I had a heart attack and she felt guilty, and then just the everything after that just sort of lingered, but there never was a concrete end to it. But at that point, with that letter, it became a concrete end. So I think at that point, for me, it really felt like, because I was just like, okay, well, that's the end. I'll crumple up the paper and then, you know, and then shoots it nothing but net into the trash bin. Like, that's how it felt to me, but it seems it has affected him a little bit, but still, I really feel like he's put the past behind him and is moving forward. She gives an indulgent smile and nods. I hope she hasn't picked up on it, but knowing her, it's unlikely that she hasn't. Emmy is strong, but only human. We do worry about you, Hisao. Hold on, why would I worry you? Her smiling face collapses, becoming uncomfortably serious. Hisao, we are not ignorant of your situation. She suddenly cuts herself short, unsure of whether she should say what she intends to. I give her a weak smile and rest my hand on her shoulder. Don't. It's enough that I worry about it. I don't want you all to shoulder my burden. But if you all worry about it, I have to worry about your worrying, if that makes sense. I'm fine, okay? For a moment, she looks to be lost in thought, carefully pondering how to react. Hisao, do you have any paper left from your food's packaging? I think so. I'll just check. I rummage around in my bag for the leftovers from lunch, eventually finding a paper square from my sandwich's package. My eyebrow raised, and my expression rather quizzical, I gently place the square into Lily's hand. Without another word, she brings her fingers around to feel out its edges. This should be large enough. With both of us seated on the roof, the minutes to the lesson ticking away, she proceeds to lay the item on the ground and begin her work in earnest. Wrapped in silence, I watch her fingers move about on the small square with amazing dexterity. A small fold here, a larger fold there. Her fingertips keep a slow but sure pace. Origami? Looking up, her expression is calm and placid. The fact her face is pointed well above the sheet in front of her makes the sight of her work all the more curious. Her shoulders slump a bit after finishing one final fold, her work apparently done. It's only when she holds the item up in her hands that I realize what it is. Oh, origami. A small origami crane. Light brown, thanks to the packaging used. The result looks quite delicate and precise. You can do origami? I taught myself how to do it when I was younger. It improved my dexterity a bit. A little baffled, I carefully take the small bird from her pale cupped hands as if it would break from the slightest breath. It seems to be folded quite well, and it holds its shape easily. Oh, thank you, Lily. We both grab our bags and head out the door, Lily extending her cane as she does so. I hold Lily's handiwork up to my face for further inspection while we walk down a hallway, her hand running along the silver handrails for orientation. If she taught herself origami to improve her dexterity, with the use of her hands meaning so much to her given condition. Ah, so that's it. I smile as I realize the bird's meaning. Everyone here has to find their own ways of dealing with their conditions. You aren't alone here when you have problems. Thanks, Lilly. I appreciate this. She gives a sweet smile and a nod, not using words when none need to be used, in her typical manner. All I ask is that you take care of yourself, Hisao. Don't worry, I will. Promise? Promise. And with that, we part ways. To be honest, I don't know what annoys me more. The fact that I could die at any moment, or the fact that everyone knows that. I guess I'll just take each day as it comes, as the unexpected present in my hand reminds me I'm not alone here. Even though I may be like this, I'm not alone. If they worry, if anyone worries, I'll smile. I'll smile enough for all their worries to go away. Dang, I don't even know what to say about that particular scene. Like, that was a really, I feel like almost a refreshing scene, you know? Because it was with so many sort of main characters in the story, you know? I feel like that is the most. No, though, I guess very early in Act 1, you sort of have this showdown between between Shizune and Lilly. And then you have kind of Misha standing on the side, Hanako standing on the side, and we're just there like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know. Because we were really new at that point, right? Only like the second day or third day at school. So we were like, okay, what the hell is going on? But that wasn't really a pleasant exchange, right? In this case, it really was. And it was really nice to just sort of see these other characters interact with each other, right? To see Lilly interact with Emmy, and that was just really refreshing. I feel like that's something that we haven't seen so far in the story. And that's an awesome thing as well, right? Because it really feels like whenever you go into like an individual character's route, you mainly always, I mean, the main focus is obviously them, right? But then there are only a few characters that kind of come in every now and then, but not too much. The sole focus is always that character and not the other persons. And they just actually, most of them never really show up. Some only show up occasionally for a really short time. So to just actually see like those other characters that you actually didn't think would actually interact with each other can actually interact with each other as well and kind of know each other and are friendly against each other as well, you know. And that just makes my heart warm, and it's a good thing, you know, because it's good when your ex-girlfriend and your current girlfriend get along. Probably not, actually. They should definitely not know each other, nor should they get along, because, you know, the person that you broke up with then knows exactly what's wrong with you, or what's wrong with you according to her, right? And she is probably not going to have any restraints as to not telling your current girlfriend what the hell is wrong with you, you know? So yeah, that's definitely a situation best avoided. But then again, you know, in this moment right now, Emmy isn't our ex-girlfriend, but it feels that way to me, you know? It just feels that way, both Emmy and Rin. So at first it was kind of awkward, but then it turned a really lighthearted and just fun moment. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Oh my god, that beautiful origami crane from Lilly. Oh my god, is she actually gone? That's what I wonder, right? She said tomorrow, so it could be either this is in the next video it's gonna be the farewell moment with Lilly, where she's kind of like going away to Scotland for a while, or she's actually already gone. So yeah, it's gonna be nevertheless it's gonna be quite a sad or like kind of uneventful, because it's like all about Lilly, and if Lilly is not here, then she's like, poor little Hisao, what is he gonna do alone? But we'll find out in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.